Let's just move to para completion. There would be again a context would be given to you, basically a paragraph, and there would be a line missing somewhere. It might be in the start only, it might be in the middle, it might be in the end. So if it's missing in the start, you have to read the rest of the paragraph and try to make sense, try to reverse connect it. कि इसके पहले क्या आता होगा, what would set the tone? Okay, if something in the middle is missing, you obviously have to look at the start, you have to look at the end, and then you have to decide which tone we have to set for the paragraph. And lastly, if it's in the last one, you have to make it a concluding note. Always try to see that it makes it a concluding note and not something giving rise to new topics or giving rise to something new. So let's just see that something is a concluding note. Self-sufficiency is a way of life in the Democratic Republic of Congo's rural expanses, dash. Yet in these uncompromising conditions, one of Africa's more successful public health programs is not only surviving but also thriving. Okay. What can we make of this really quickly? We can see they have talked about self-sufficiency as a way of life in this rural expanses. They have left the blank, and again they have used the word yet. Yet the position of the word here is they're trying to basically provide an alternate idea, that to provide an opposite idea to the sentence that we thought that would be there. Okay, so let's see which of these options basically would fit the best. Here are the real options. We have to select between them. So there's A, B, and C. So quickly read A, B, and C and see if it fits. Even the most accessible of the that thought were get written government. Yet in this uncompromising conditions. So we are talking about some uncompromising condition. Does A fit the criteria of being an uncompromising condition? Even the time most gets little government support. Okay, this can be seen something that is uncompromising conditions into this rural response. The idea is to harness people's existing culture of self-help and get some sense to carry out medical tasks. Pathetically inadequate health system. Okay, this is something that is basically criticizing the sentence here. That something that is basically talking about the health systems. And again here, public health systems. I think here the idea is to harness. Okay, we'll look at it at a later stage. Does not make perfect sense, but we can keep it for later on. Training and maintaining hundreds of thousands of self-learning involves a lot of patience and money. Okay, this is something again that would fit the context, as the author is trying to say that this is something that would require a lot of resources, but even in this uncompromising condition. So even this makes it here. Now let's just look at the options A and B, A and C, B and C. Okay, so we have to eliminate one actually. Okay, as we can see, only one does not make sense, as we have found two of them to be supporting. So this could be obviously that makes us either ABC or that makes us AC. This is something you can try when you're really confused like this, that okay, this sentence matlab shayad aa bhi sakta hai, shayad nahi bhi aa sakta. I don't have the time, or I don't really know how to deep dive into it. So obviously when you look at the options, you cannot find the ABC there, but you can find an AC over there, which is option number 3. So that would come close to the answer over here. Now here, as we have seen, that is the answer, that is the correct answer. But this is a little trick that you can follow, but we're going to try to see if this fits really quick. Okay, as we have seen, first one fits. The idea is to self-sufficiency, a way of life in the democratic rural responses. The idea is to harness people's existing selves to carry out simple medical tasks which are beyond the capacity of pathetically. Okay, so see, here is the cap. Just trying to say something that is beyond the capacity of the system, and the third sentence that say that even if it's uncompromising condition, it is the one of the more successful. So something that is out of the capacity of a system and then to it's successful, it's not possible, right? It's a contradicting idea. So we're going to rule out B over here. See, as we saw that it requires a lot of resources, yet this is becoming more successful. It definitely makes sense. So we're going to go with A and C. Okay, so this is here is done. Okay, let's look at the second question really quick. How would you bring end to a devastating war? The question is easier posed than asked. The necessary solution is sometimes itself only a starting point. Okay, and then dash. As I said, what was the point here, guys? If anyone can quickly say what was the particular point of the particular word we are looking at, is concluding. We want a sentence that would conclude this, that would end this. Okay, we do not want something that is that is going to basically add a new point to it, or basically giving more on that. So let's just go around it quickly. Eradicating the tensions that are causing conflicts and maybe work of decades and for generations. Um, okay. So some necessary solution is sometimes itself only a starting point. Okay, does not fit necessarily, but let's see. 40 years after Vietnam, the question once again haunts America and Iraq. No, so see, this is a good example of something that we are being general over here. We are talking about general war. This point is being very specific that, okay, that it is only talking about this. So I do not think this would be the correct answer to this, because we are not trying to go specific in this short paragraph. So let's rule this out. B is out of the question. So as soon as you take B out of the question, these are the options that immediately get eliminated, because you can see B is not the answer, so you can immediately cut out those questions. This widens your chances to get the correct answer. Right. The third sentence: war is about power. Okay. Now this is a very statement that is sometimes that could be factual. This is a statement that is concluding as well. It has a power to be concluded. It is not bringing some new point that, okay, this is going to be this is going to bring in more work, or it is the work of decades and of generations, like that. So I think more than A, C is going to be more suited over here, and as it is the concluding point. So we have found the answer C over here. Again, by elimination and by using such tips, you can go ahead.